guys, how's it going? Hope things are alright with you. Just checking in on my puppo. He's a senior puppo and he's got congenital heart disease or failure. So it means that his body sort of fills up with fluid and it makes it hard for him to breathe and for his heart to work and all that sort of stuff. So the joys of many things, including having a senior puppo, is so gorgeous. It gets me up a lot in the middle of the night to go to the loo. The tablets that he's taking is a diuretic to get rid of some of the fluid in his lungs. But the joys of life in general, home ownership, constant maintenance. A lot of people will know that. Constant maintenance, or I don't know, if you're in an apartment, there's not a lot you can do in an apartment. But just sort of refreshing your apartment, doing some renos and all that. And this is why, like, look, see, I've got scratches and stuff. That's why when doing some things I don't wear rubber. This morning I was handling some wire mesh and using wire cutters so I could secure the yard for my dog. And yeah, scrapes. You can imagine if I was wearing rubber, that would just completely blow it all out. But yeah, there's that. But having said that, for all the sarcasm and all that sort of stuff that happens, there is nothing better than a place you can call your own. Whether you own it or not is another thing, but just a place that you're safe, you're happy. Sure, some things are a pain, like maintenance, stripping taps, renovations, fixing things, growing wood, gardening, all that sort of stuff. Well, gardening's not that bad. I mean, once you get it set up, it's generally pretty good. It's just a matter of a little bit of maintenance. And having a puppo that's getting older, taking care of them. Life in general has its ups and downs. For me, as I've told many people, it's all about context. In general, keeping positive. A lot of people will be immediately dismissive or so negative about things. Like if you find out, like, you've got a medical condition, or you've come across something that could impact negatively on your life, such as I have had chronic pain and conditions in my life, and I've had some congenital diseases and things that happen as well. I try not to let it get to me as a negative thing, and instead of saying, oh well, I can't do this, I can't do that, I'm not allowed to do this, I'm not allowed to do that, I'm like, well, what can I do? And if someone says, oh, you shouldn't do that because of your condition, I go, well, how about we compromise? How about I can do it up until this point, or I find another way to do it that's not going to impact as much on what I do. I mean, keeping in mind there's some things that I accept that I can't do, or only do in a limited amount of times and things, because of conditions and body and all sorts of other stuff. It's just a matter of perspective. So many people really let the negativity get to them, and it is quite difficult when you are around people to try and keep them boosted. Now, there's a thing going around that talks about toxic positivity, and I for one think it's kind of silly, but then I'm like, I've done all that stuff that they say you should do, and you're calling me toxic positivity, which is kind of an oxymoron anyway, when I've done all those things and I see you are not getting better, you are not getting on with life, you're not resolving the issue, you're letting this become your whole life. There's many people I know who have chronic conditions, and they do not let those conditions or other instances in their life become their whole life. It's a part of their life, but not their whole life. So think about the joys that you have had, particularly since the end of long weekend for us, but coming into things like, there's Halloween that's coming up. Some people get depressed and some people really love it. It's like really awesome. They get to be a kid again. They get to do silly things. When you become an adult, there's not that often times you get to do silly things, but you get to do them as well. And Halloween is one of those times. So yeah, what brings joy to you in your life? I mean, there's positives and negatives, but ultimately, what does bring you a lot of joy? And what are some things that you can change your view on your context in that. And me, it's a lot of people saying, oh, you can't. There's plenty of people I know, and I've been wearing rubber every day since 2016. So more than 4 years. 4 years and what's it, October? 4 years, 7 months ish. 4.5 years. Every day. A lot of people said you can't do it, it's impossible. Oh, I bet you're only wearing like undies and all sorts of other stuff. And I was like, no, I have been wearing it every day 4 years. And this is in Australia where it gets really bloody hot. About hundreds, high 90s for the people in the US. For Aussies, high 20s, mid to low 30s. Humid as heck, and I reckon this summer's going to be really humid. So see, still wearing it every day, every day. Mind you, it's a good thing that I actually work in the office. And if I wasn't working in the office, I'd probably find some time, if I had to for my job, wear it in the evenings to relax and just chill out, and every day wear it like that. I mean, keep in mind that when I wear it every day, because I work in an office, I can wear it for anywhere, 8 to 12 plus 18 hours or something like that. And 24/7 for me is not possible, because for me I need to have some time where I'm not wearing the rubber to let my own skin breathe and take care of myself and all that sort of stuff. So there's ways around it. So 24/7 is, as much as I'd like to, not possible, because things like shower and cleanliness and all that happen, particularly in Australia where it's humid and hot, and you get rashes and UTIs and everything. So what brings joy to you in your life? Are you planning on making a bit more into your life? Have you just discovered something new that gives you joy, particularly with the beer bug and everything? And are you going to continue that when a lot of the restrictions have been lifted? Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.